presence, that each one of us may hear from you that which we need to hear through Christ our Lord. Amen. Please be seated. It's a new year, obviously. How many of you made resolutions? You don't need to raise your hands. How many of you have already broken those resolutions? Well, at the end of this sermon, I've got maybe a different one for you to consider for this year. In our New King James Version of the Bible in the pews, our lesson from Ephesians chapter 3, verse 12 says this: "In whom," and it's referring to Jesus, "we have boldness and access with confidence through faith in Him." And that's faith in Jesus. When we have faith in Jesus, we have boldness and access to Him. So I want to begin with a question. Does the church have that kind of boldness? Do we go to Him with confidence? Do we have real faith in Him? In 1743, David Brainerd was a frail, sickly, and easily depressed young man. But he longed to reach out to the Indians in Massachusetts and preach the gospel to them. And so he went. But it was obviously fraught with great danger. And unknown to him, every move that he made, he was being trailed by warriors from the tribe he was trying to reach out to, and they were determined to kill him. But as they got ready and they raised their bows and they were about to end his life, they saw a rattlesnake slithering right next to David. And they watched it raise its head and prepare to strike. But it didn't. They watched it slither off into the woods. And those Indians attributed his safety to the Great Spirit, and they did not kill him. However, that incident did not lead to sudden evangelistic success. That year, very little headway was made with that tribe. And his despondency increased over Christmas and into the new year. And he wrote this in his journal: "I was very fatigued with my journey, wherein I underwent great hardships, much exposed and very wet by falling into the river. The next year was no better, and he grew even more depressed." But yet, even though he had all this going against him, by faith, he left his home and he went and reached out to that tribe of Indians. Let me read to you from 1 Peter chapter 1. "Praise be to the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. In His great mercy, He has given us new birth into a living hope through the resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead, and into an inheritance that can never perish, spoil, or fade, kept in heaven for you, who through faith are shielded by God's power until the coming of the salvation that is ready to be revealed in the last time. In this you greatly rejoice, though now, for a little while, you may have had to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that your faith, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may be proved genuine and may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. Though you have not seen Him, you love Him, and even though you do not see Him now, you believe in Him and are filled with an inexpressible and glorious this joy, for you are receiving the goal of your faith, the salvation of your souls. Peter, in writing this letter, knew that the Christians he was writing to were undergoing lots of trials and tribulations and difficulties as they lived out their faith, just like David Brainerd was in 1743 and 44. And you know what? Not very much has changed. You and I still face many difficulties and hardships in our lives. I know many of you pretty well now, and I know the hardships you face, and the grief you face, and the pain that you have suffered. And yet, it is our faith in Christ that helps get us through. In Romans chapter 5 it says, "Therefore, since we have been justified through faith, we have peace with God through our Lord Jesus Christ, through whom we have gained access by faith into this grace in which we now stand." It is our faith in Christ that allows us to stand in the grace and mercy of Christ, regardless of what's happening around us. Hebrews 11:1, that famous passage on faith, says this, "Now faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see." Are you and I sure of what we're hoping for? Are we certain of what we do not see? I can tell you this, David Brainerd was. He was certain of what he was hoping for. He could see it, even though it wasn't coming to fruition when he wanted it to. Well, on January 3rd, 1745, 2 years after starting out, he set aside a day of prayer and fasting, pleading for God to pour out his spiritual power. And he claimed a promise that he found in John chapter 7. "Have faith in me, and you will have life-giving waters flowing from deep inside you." Then he preached repeatedly from John chapter 7. And that year proved to be incredibly fruitful. His interpreter, an alcoholic Indian named Tatami, was converted. An immediate change seemed to transform Tatami's life in his translating of Brainerd's sermons. Scores of Indians were saved and baptized. Kind of makes you wonder what he was translating before. Who knows what he was saying to the Indians before? However, Brainerd grew weaker. And in 1747, just 2 years later, he died at the age of 29 in the home of Jonathan Edwards. His story, however, moved a generation. And men like Henry Martin and William Carey and and Adhiram Judson also became missionaries. His diary became one of the most powerful Christian books in early American history, containing such entries as the following: "Here I am, send me. Send me to the ends of the earth. Send me to the rough, the savage pagans of the wilderness. Send me from all that is called comfort on earth. Send me even to death itself, if it be but in thy service and to promote thy kingdom." Do we have that kind of faith? Do we have that kind of faith that we would persevere? The kind of faith to love our enemies. The kind of faith where we can reach out to our community. So, my suggestion for you for this year, and you can add it to your resolution to lose weight and to eat less chocolate and all those things. Now I'll keep my eye on you. Let's ask God to increase our faith. Let us pray. Almighty God, we thank you for the witness of men like David Brainerd and others who inspire us to walk with you with more and more faith. So I pray, Lord, that you would give us the gift of faith, that you would pour out your Spirit upon us, filling us with your grace and your mercy and your power. And that each one of us would experience a greater and deeper level of faith in our lives this year. In your Son, Jesus' name,